Today I want to share with you how my life completely changed since I started waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning. It was just a big shift in my life, but it was one of the best decisions I ever made. And if you don't know me, I'm Lucas. I just help people to master discipline in their lives, and this one skill alone just gave me the permanent residency here in Australia. Also gave me the body that I always dreamed of, and I also able to buy my dream car that I paid $50,000 in cash for it, just because of one skill, which is just discipline. And then if you ask me if it was easy to start waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning, nah, it wasn't. I usually wake up like at 6 or something like that. I normally start working at 7 o'clock in the morning, so I kind of like have to be up at a little bit early, but I never thought about like waking up so early, like 4 o'clock in the morning, because I was just like so used to stay in bed too late, especially like on the weekends. It never came to my mind that I was gonna be able just to wake up that early in my life. But then I started dating my current girlfriend, Gabriella, and she just came with this habit of going to the gym early in the morning. And then she just kept telling myself, if you do that, you're just gonna completely change your life. Because if you start the day the right way, you just set the tone for the whole day basically. And then she was just always telling me that if you work out in the morning, if you start the day with something that you love, your day is gonna be completely different. And then I was like, oh, okay, I think you got a point, but I was just so closed off to the idea of waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I always told myself that's just not for me, you know, I'll never be able to do it, because I had this habit for my whole life of like not waking up that early. And to change a habit that I've been doing for the last 29 years, it's not something that easy. To be completely honest with you, I wasn't willing to change that at the first point. But then weeks went by, she just, kept asking me, are you gonna do it? Are you gonna do it? There was a day that I just said, okay, let's just give it a try, Let's wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning on the weekend and then just see how it goes. And then there was a Saturday that it just like, we woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I can honestly tell you that it was as a struggle. It was hard. I didn't want to get out of bed. There was those little negotiations happening in my mind, between my subconscious mind and my conscious mind, because at that point, I was already a disciplined person. So when I tell myself that I'm gonna be doing something, I promise myself that I'll do something, I always do it. There is no time for negotiations. There is no time for thinking something else. It doesn't matter how my emotions are. It doesn't matter how my mood is. I'll do that anyway, no matter what. But then those negotiations starts because you got your subconscious mind trying to bring yourself to your comfort zone, which is just stay in bed. But as a disciplined person, we are choosing discomfort, so you're just gonna get out of bed. So at that point, I was just like choosing long-term progress. I wasn't choosing like short-term comfort, and that's what disciplined people do. They just choose the long-term progress, and that's how we grow. That's how discipline kicks in your life. And then the first day, I didn't know what I was doing. I woke up at 4 and then they say like, oh, let's go to the gym. I was like, oh, okay, but I've never been to the gym that early. And then as I've been going to the gym for so long, and I said, oh, okay, my dinner one day before is gonna be my pre-workout, but I wasn't so used to wake up to working out that early in the morning. And then I always had the feeling of, if I don't eat anything before I hit the gym, I always feel like there's something missing here. I need something solid in my stomach. And then the first day I was just like, what can I do just to put something solid in my stomach right in the first thing in the morning? But then it's just like, for the second day that I was waking up at 4, I just had a plan to my morning. So it's just like, say, okay, when I wake up, what am I gonna be doing? I wake up, I'll just have a glass of water, I will just quick eat something, which is just like a slice of bread with them, and then I'll just go straight to the gym, and then I'll come back, I'll have a cold shower, and then I'll just get to work. And then the first time that I did it, I just felt amazing, because when I was leaving the gym, I already have those feel-good chemicals, which is just serotonin, endorphin, and the dopamine, the good dopamine that is released released in your body when you do physical activities. And then that came the first thing in the morning. And then when I was getting home and having a cold shower, it was actually increasing that good dopamine. So when I was just like sitting down to work, or just like, you know, leaving home to go to work, it depends on the day. Sometimes I'm home, sometimes I'm out. I was just feeling so energized. I'm not feeling like that sleepy moods that have been always with me, because when you just wake up and then you just have something quick to eat and just leave to work, I wasn't feeling the mood to work, but this is what it is. But then when I changed my routine, I was just like, wow, there was cheese that was missing in my day. I think it just boosted in the morning. I just felt so good. That's what I needed. Why didn't I do that before? Why didn't I even think about doing that before? And that was when I started realizing how good that was. And then apart from being energized, I was also saving so much time in my evenings as well. Because before I was getting home from work, I was just like having a shower and going to the gym. But then now I was just getting home from work and I had my whole evening free to do whatever I wanted. Just felt amazing. I had so much things to do now. And then I could plan what I was going to be doing for those hours because I had more free time. And then this whole process of waking up early just gave me like confidence, just taking control of my life again, because I was starting the day the right way. I never thought it would be possible to start the day so good like that. And then if you are the kind of person who are actually thinking about changing a routine and starting or waking up early in the morning, I am doing, the first thing that I recommend you to do is just go to bed early. I'm usually in bed like around 8:30, so I can have like 7 hours of sleep at least. That's why I aim for. If you want to start this new routine, that's exactly where you have to start with. Just go to bed early. And then before you go to bed, just tell yourself, I'm gonna be waking up early. I'm gonna be waking up on time. I won't snooze my alarm. And then when you tell yourself that, you just send a message to your subconscious mind that you're gonna be waking up on time. And then your subconscious mind will wake up on time. I'm just telling you that because it might not happen the first week, it might not happen the second, but as a disciplined person, you just keep doing the things even when you don't see the progress, but you know that it's gonna work because consistency matters. That's how disciplined people work with. When you send the message to your subconscious mind over time, you just do that every single day, it's gonna get to a point where your subconscious mind is gonna wake you up at the time that you need to wake up. It sounds crazy, but I just read a book about subconscious mind and I was just like, when I read that, I say like, oh, that's bullshit. I'll never do it, but it actually works. And I definitely recommend you to do that. Just tell yourself that they're gonna be waking up on time. And then over time, your subconscious mind is just gonna wake up exactly the time that you need to be waking up. That's just like one routine that I will never regret. It just feels so good to wake up that early. And then if you're looking to master discipline in your life, if you're looking for someone just to give you a hand to do that, I've got a link here in my description where you can just like book a free call with me, going to be showing you exactly the step-by-step how to master discipline in your life. And it's only for 5 weeks. If you're looking to master discipline, just click in the link below. I'm more than happy to help you. It's a free call, you don't have to pay anything, and then I'm more than happy to help you just to guide you through that. And if you like the video, please subscribe to the channel and I'll see you on the next one.